Hello students. Today we'll start the Unit 6 Distributed Memory Architecture, Point 1 Loosely Coupled Architecture. In Flint's classification, we have classified parallel processors into SIST, SIMD, MIST and MIMD processors. So MIMD is nothing but multiple instruction, multiple data streams, which is an example for which considers the example of multiprocessors. So here we are going to consider the multiprocessor system architectures and multiprocessing requirements and the classification of multiprocessor system architectures in terms of loosely coupled architecture and tightly coupled architecture. We introduce some functional structures of the multiprocessor system. So first we'll consider what is multiprocessor. So multiprocessor is a system which is made to consist of interconnection of two or more CPUs with memory input-output equipment. The processor, which can be either CPU or an input-output processor. Multiprocessors are classified into multiple instruction stream, multiple data stream systems. So if we consider multiprocessor, which can be grossly characterized by two attributes. First, a multiprocessor is a single computer that includes multiple processors. Second, processors communicate and cooperate at different levels. Usually, the communication takes place by sending the messages from one processor to other or by sharing a common memory. So if we consider the differences and similarity between the multiprocessor and multicomputer. If we consider the similarity, the multiprocessor and multi-computer systems both are motivated by the same basic goal, that is the support of concurrent operations in the system. So there exists an important distinction between the multiple computer and multiprocessors. So it is based on the extent of resource sharing and cooperation in the solution of the problem. A multiple computer system which is consisting of several autonomous computers that may or may not communicate with each other. If we consider the multiprocessor system is controlled by one operating system that provides interaction between the processors and their programs at the process, dataset and data element levels. So the components of the system cooperate in the solution of a problem. If we consider the benefits of multiprocessing, multiprocessing improves the reliability of the system. The benefit derived from the multiprocessor organization is centered on improved system performance. A single job can be partitioned into multiple parallel tasks. Multiple independent jobs can be made to operate in parallel. Then multiprocessing can improve the performance by decomposing program into parallel executable tasks. So this must be done prior to loading the program by specifying the parallel executable segments. The other is to provide the compiler with multiprocessor software that can automatically detect the parallelism in a user program. So next we'll consider the classification of multiprocessors. So multiprocessors are classified into two classifications. The first is shared memory architecture. A multiprocessor system with a common shared memory is called shared memory or tightly coupled multiprocessor. It tolerates high degree of interaction between the tasks. Then second category, which belongs to distributed memory or loosely coupled system, in which the processor element with its own private local memory. So these are more efficient when the interaction between the task is minimal. So we have considered two classifications. First is shared memory or tightly coupled multiprocessor. Second is distributed memory or loosely coupled system where private local memories are attached to each processing elements. So next we'll consider tightly coupled multiprocessor. A multiprocessor is a tightly coupled computer system having two or more processing units, each sharing a main memory and peripherals in order to simultaneously process the programs. So these are also known as shared memory system. So if we consider the loosely coupled multiprocessor has its own processor. It has a set of input-output devices, a large local memory where it accesses most of the instructions and data. And we refer to the processor, its local memory and I/O devices as I/O interfaces as a computer module. Processors which execute different computer models communicate by exchanging the messages through a different to a specific message transfer system that is called MTS. So MTS is nothing but message transfer systems through which the communication memory processes and communicates with the other CM. The degree of coupling is loose, which is determined by the communication topology of message transfer system. So it is efficient when the interactions are at the minimal level. So next we'll consider the computer module, the basic element of the loosely coupled architecture, which is called computer module. So a computer module consists of a processor, local memory, I/O devices. So these are connected to a channel and arbiter switch, that is CAS. So the interface may contain a channel and arbiter switch. Then we'll consider computer module connection. So computer module connection, which is the connection in between the computer modules and a message transfer system. It provides the communication through message transfer system. So if we consider the role of CAS, that is channel and arbiter switch, the role is in case of collision, while accessing the physical element of the MTS, CAS choose one of the requests according to the service discipline. It delays other requests until the selected request is serviced completely. Then third, the channel within the CAS may have high-speed communication memory. So here we are going to define the term communication memory, which is used for buffering the block transfers of the message. So communication memory is accessible to all the processors. So next we'll consider message transfer system. So message transfer system for non-hierarchical LCS could be a simple shared bus or a shared memory system. So uh, here it is implemented. Time shared bus performance is limited by the message arrival rate on the bus, message length, and bus capacity. The shared memory system can be implemented with set of memory modules, processor memory interconnection network, or multi-ported main memory. So here the performance is limited by memory conflict problem. So next we'll consider communication memory. So communication memory may also be considered to be of two types. So which is centralized connected to shared bus, and second as a part of shared memory. So each task has its own input port in the local memory. Tasks in same processor communicate through local input port. Tasks allocated to different processors communicate through the communication port in the communication memory. So one communication port is associated with each processor as input port. So if we consider the logical structure of communication between the tasks, so it is shown in the figure. A process allocated to processor P1 puts the message into the input port of another task in P1 as illustrated by the arrow marked with A. And the B arrow shows a two-step action in transferring the messages between the processor. So arrow B1 sends the message to input port of the processor P2, and arrow B2 shows the moving of the message to the input port of the destination process. So the process is allocated to processor P1 puts the message into the input port of another task in P1, and B arrow shows the two-step action in transferring the messages between the processors. Arrow B1 sends the message to the input port of the processor P2, and B2 shows the moving of a message to the input port of the destination process. So this is about the working of communication memory. So next we'll consider the communication memory architecture. For a hierarchical loosely coupled system, we consider the example of computer system project at Mellon University called the CM star. So each computer module of CM star includes a switch which is called S-local. So S-local is shown in the figure. So this switch is similar to the CAS, that is arbiter switch, and S-local intercepts and routes the processor request to the memory and I/O devices outside the computer module via the map bus. So this is shown in the figure. It also accepts the references from other computer modules via map bus. So next we'll consider network of clusters. So first we'll define the cluster. So cluster which is regarded as the lowest level, that is made up of computer modules, a K-map and the map bus. Clustering can enhance the cooperative ability of the processor in a cluster to operate on shared data at low communication overhead. It also provides the hardware facilities to execute group of tightly coupled cooperating processes. So this shows the functioning of network of clusters. So first we'll define the cluster as the lowest level consisting of the computer modules K-map and map bus. Enhance the cooperative ability of the processors in the cluster to operate on shared data with low communication overhead. It provides the hardware facilities to execute group of tightly coupled cooperating processes. K-map handles any non-local reference to memory. So clusters communication handled by inter-cluster buses connected between the K maps. So next we'll consider the address mapping in S-local. So address mapping in S-local, which shows the address translation. So it uses 4 high order bits of the processor address along with the current address space as indicated by the X bit of LSI 11 processor status word. So it is used in order to access the mapping table contents, which determines whether the reference is local or non-local. A virtual address of the non-local reference is formed by concatenating non-local address field given by the mapping table with the source processor identification. So this virtual address is subsequently fetched by the KMAP via map bus in response to service request for the non-local access. So number of computer modules may be connected to the map bus so that they share the use of a single KMAP. So KMAP is a processor that is responsible for mapping addresses and routing the data between the S locals. So address mapping in S local made to consist of the address translation. It uses 4 high bit order bits. So high bit 4 order bits of the processor address along with the current address space as indicated by the XPSW. So it is used to access the mapping table, which determines whether the address is local or non-local, and the virtual address of non-local reference is formed by concatenating the non-local address field given by the mapping table and the source processor identification. So this virtual address is subsequently fetched by the KMAP via the map bus in response to a service request for the non-local access. So number of computer models may be connected to a map bus so that they can share they can share the use of single KMAP. So all these are about the computer model of loosely coupled architecture. Then how to provide the communication in between the different computer models, that is by using S-local. The network of clusters have been considered. Address mapping in S-local has been considered. S-local is usually similar to a switch, which is similar to CAS, that is arbiter switch. The address translation is performed in S-local by constraining the PSW bits. Again, virtual translation to physical address, which is by considering the non-local address combined with the processor identification address. Processor identification. So all these are about the loosely coupled architecture.